Hi everybody, welcome again to my video blog. So today's topic is stealth as relating to transsexuality and transition. So in this video I'm going to explain what it means for transsexual to go stealth and what are the implications. And I'm also going to discuss my own opinion on this mostly. Okay, so first a little bit of background about stealth and how it relates to my life. Well, these days I seem to be passing more and more. When I go in public, I don't really necessarily dress very feminine. I dress just like I'm now. I'm just wearing jeans and a hoodie and a t-shirt, and I don't necessarily even try to look very feminine, but people more and more call me ma'am and use feminine pronouns, and nobody has called me sir in months now. And so it seems that I'm just passing more and more, and I can even go buy clothes in women's clothing stores and try them on, and it doesn't seem to pose anybody any problem. So that's good. I'm becoming more comfortable, more passable it seems. And well, it's raising a few questions for me because as you may already know, I've been accepted into a PhD program at a local university. It's not the same university where I'm doing my master's program, so I'll be changing school in September. And since I'm changing school, it means that I'll be with a bunch of new people. They won't be the same students. So, you know, it makes me wonder, these people, if they just assume naturally that I'm a girl, should I tell them I'm trans? Should I tell them I'm trans very quickly? Should I never tell them? Should I just let them, you know, assume that I'm a genetic girl? Are they going to be able to tell? You know, it raises a bunch of questions. But most likely, I think if people just assume I'm a girl, I won't tell them that I'm trans. I don't really do that with people on the streets, and I don't think as a transsexual I have a duty to inform everybody. You know, if you go into a store and somebody calls you ma'am, you're not going to be like, wait, I'm transsexual. You don't really want to do that. You don't really want to inform everybody, because as a transsexual your goal is to pass, in a sense, to integrate into society as a woman and to be treated just like every other woman. And in order to do that, passing helps a lot. It helps a lot if people just naturally assume that you're a genetic girl and treat you like one. And even when people are open-minded, you know, they don't necessarily treat you like a genetic girl. You know, they might treat you like a transsexual, which is not necessarily the same treatment that they would give to a genetic girl. So do I want to tell people or not? You know, and I think personally, like I just said, if people just assume I'm a girl, I think I'm going to let them believe that. But if they become close friends of mine, you know, if they become real friends, then I'll probably tell them at some point, obviously, and probably sooner rather than later, you know. But I don't think there's any crime or anything wrong in just, you know, not informing everybody everywhere you go, obviously. I think it's a lot more comfortable if people just assume that you are the gender you appear to be, and you can integrate more easily like that. But not all transsexuals are like me. Not all transsexuals want to tell their friends. Not all transsexuals want people to know. There are some transsexuals who will go what we call stealth, and in general that means trying to get to a situation where nobody knows that you're trans. And so many transsexuals, once they are post-op, they will leave the city where they live and go live in another city where nobody knows them, and basically cut ties with their friends and family, and you know, start their life over in a place where nobody knows that they're trans. And so nobody will ever wonder, nobody will ever question them. There's no risk for them that, you know, their friends might reveal that they're transsexual. And some of them push this really, really far. You know, they will have relationships with, well, there will be male to female transsexuals that will have a relationship with men and never tell them that they're transsexual. and they'll make new friends and they'll never tell them that they're trans because they really don't want anyone to know, because they're striving to be integrated as women 100%, and they feel like they would be compromised. This would be compromised if people knew they were trans. And personally, I think that's probably pushing it a little far, I think personally there's nothing wrong with being stealth to some degree. I think there's nothing wrong even with having friends that don't know that you're trans. Why not? But up to a certain point, if you're cutting ties with your friends that you already have and with your family because you want to start your life over, that's maybe not so great. You're losing your family and you're losing some friends for this, and in a sense you're also losing the support of the community. You might get to feel lonely if you go stealth and you don't have any other transsexual to talk to about the things that you live, about your life now. You can't tell anyone if you're stealth about how it feels, about your your nervousness, the things that stress you in your life, maybe your trans issues, because there are many transsexuals who will go stealth and they will say things like, I am not a transsexual now, I am a woman. And I've heard that said many times, but I think it's just wrong. You don't stop being transsexual once you're post-op. You're going to be a transsexual all your life. You're also going to be a woman, but you're a transsexual woman. And that's something that matters, in my opinion. Because those people who say that they are no longer transsexual, they are women now, you have to ask yourself, why do they say that? And I think maybe part of the answer is that they feel ashamed. People don't like transsexuals. Many people don't like transsexuals. And society sometimes tells us that it's wrong to be transsexual. And some transsexuals will maybe side with society and decide that they don't want to be transsexual anymore. They don't want to be associated with that. And so they refuse their own identity in a sense. But I think that's wrong. I think you should be proud of who and what you are. Because, if you think about it, if you think about gay people, for example, I think at least in North America, at least where I live, gay people are strongly encouraged to come out and to live their life and assume who they are. They're strongly encouraged to come out of the closet, and start enjoying their life, as gay people. And we tell them there's nothing wrong with being gay. You should accept yourself. You should tell the people that you care about, that you're gay, and you should date other gay people. Why not? But when it comes to trans people, there is maybe not as much of a sense of trans pride as there is in the gay community, And trans people, they come out. They have to come out when they start transitioning. But at some point, some of them go post-op and then they say, I'm not transsexual anymore. And what do? They go stealth. They cut contact with everybody. And in a sense, it's kind of like going back into the closet, right? Like you want to hide the fact that you're trans from everybody because you're ashamed. And that, I think, is kind of counterproductive for the community as a whole. And it's counterproductive for you too, perhaps, because you're losing allies, you're losing support from the community, and you're also removing yourself from the community. And personally, when I started looking into what it means to be a transsexual, when I was questioning myself about my own identity, I noticed that in the transsexual community, there's a lot of transsexuals who are in the very early stages of transition, who are coming out to people, who are looking on how to get hormones, who have just started the hormones, but there aren't that many post-op transsexuals in the community. And why is that? It's because many of them tend to go stealth and just remove themselves from the community, and I think that's sad because, in my opinion, the transsexual community needs more role models. The transsexual community needs more people who have transitioned, live full-time, and can tell the younger transsexuals or the transsexuals who are earlier in the process, yes, I made it, yes I did it, yes I'm full-time, yes I'm happy, yes I'm proud to be transsexual, yes I'm proud of what I accomplished. The transsexual community needs people like that. And when people go stealth and remove themselves from the community, it deprives us of that. And perhaps deprives these people of valuable allies. And of course, that's just one side of the coin, you know, that's just one disadvantage. But there's disadvantages to being stealth as well. You know, you just think, if you're stealth even to your sexual or to your love partner, if your love partner doesn't know that you're trans, what does it mean? It means you have to hide a lot about yourself from this person. It means you have to hide a lot of details about your past. You have to make up stories about your past because you can't tell them the truth. And then you can't present these people to your family. You know, you can't truly bond with someone, in my opinion, if you're hiding something so critical, so big from them. I think, in a sense, it's kind of wrong. You know, I don't think I could be in a love relationship with someone and hide a secret so big from them. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think there are many reasons why someone shouldn't go stealth. And also, I have known people who went stealth. I had known post-op transsexuals with whom I was friends, and they went stealth. They just disappeared. They cut contact with everybody, including me. And I felt sad, you know? I felt sad and I felt a little bit insulted at the same time, because I thought I was close friends with these people. I thought I had always been supportive. But at some point they decided to not talk to me anymore because I'm transsexual, and I remind them of where they came from, in a sense. And I think that's just sad. And yes, I think it's also insulting to the rest of the transsexual community that some transsexuals will go very far in the process and then will want to dissociate themselves from us because they're ashamed of where they came from. I think transsexuals need to develop more of a sense of pride. And I think we need to stand up, you know, we need to stand up for who we are. And, you know, just like gay people when they go in the street, when they meet new people, they don't tell them, oh, my name's John, by the way, I'm gay. They don't tell them that immediately. Well, I think trans people don't have to tell everybody immediately that they're trans either. In fact, you should probably choose carefully the people who you tell. But I definitely think you shouldn't cut contact with your family, you shouldn't cut contact with your close friends, you shouldn't cut contact with the community. And you shouldn't pretend that you're not what you are. You shouldn't try to erase your past. You shouldn't be ashamed of where you came from, because, you know, being a transsexual, it's not easy. It's not something that you would choose to be if you had a choice in the matter. But, you know, it makes you stronger to go through all those things that you have to go through as a transsexual, in my opinion, makes you a stronger person in the end. And if you can go through all these things and succeed in life, you know, and be happy, you should be proud of that. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. And you should say, yes, I'm a transsexual woman and I'm proud of it. Not, I'm a woman and not a transsexual. Because that is just not true. If you're a transsexual, you know, since birth, and you're going to be a transsexual forever. And you're not a genetic woman, you know, you're not. You have to remember who you are, where you came from. Anyways, that's just my opinion on the topic. And I think that when the time comes, you know, when I go definitely full-time, I'm not going to tell everybody immediately. But I think I will want to tell my friends, and I definitely don't think I'll want to cut contact with the community or cut contact with other people because they're transsexual. I think that's just wrong. And I also think that hiding the fact that you're trans from your love partner is wrong. I think it's not good. And I think if you can tell your love partner these things, you know, it helps you bond more. And if they can understand you, it just brings you that much more support, and it's very valuable to have. Community support and support from your friends and your partner and your family is very, very valuable if you can have it. So that's it for today's topic. I guess it turned out to be a little bit more of a rant than I planned, but hopefully you found this helpful, insightful. So okay, that's it for today. Goodbye, people.